All right, here we are in Costa Rica still. And given the circumstances, I'm going to focus on other endeavors such as wit and intellect, perhaps the ability to diversify itself. And so, in those regards, I'm going to read you a few from this trip so far. Get the idea, big picture, little things. Let come what will, the other end is up to you. Can you picture what is new? Will new always defeat the you, the idea that there is something up, more and more that you don't have, out of control. The truth must go beyond in every way as it slips in time and isn't now. Where you saw just then, you don't get it. The others are all with it. Maybe the only thing we can truly do is mitigate. That's more than the truth, the other word. The one that sleeps, the one no other word can keep. The word of words, it's there, but can it be heard? If you could know that one word, then everything would be absurd. If eternity then is this word, then who's it for? Entropy? The tips of trees, if it's all true, then why would anyone love you? Unless you are everything, then it all would care because it has a stake in you. But if it all was you, then could you care? Would anything really be there? Then say that's not the truth. Then what is? Chance? Because without chance, order is a lonely dance. Then we say we know because a skill or some blessing or something lessening. Well, then it sure doesn't sound organic then. With higher power, if there is a highest, nothing else quite gets it. Unless it's it, or if they are all with it. Everything is free. Then really there is nothing to show, nothing to prove. All has all, and that's all there will ever be. So what truly could I show you? But maybe one word, but without a story, could its context be heard? All right, and here's my other one. I have a cover for it, an illustration. In my philosophy, where there is really only choice and the idea that from the greatest decision, which perhaps is the split, all things by time, see that their decision was fate in the end. Then, in those regards, I think that perhaps the biggest factor for Satan is spin. Before I went to sleep last night, I was thinking, if you are young, if you are old, the way the world moves is how you spin it. That is to then say that the idea that nothing has happened ever fits the idea of repulsion to an idea. However, in my reflection of time, I would have to say, why is Satan that way? Is he the personification of such ideas, or is there a story? And if we snapshot a portion of the story, do we then have a different spin in regards to what Satan means to me? It itself falls into a greater category of biblical ideas in general. Where Satan is a body that tends to almost leave all aspects of the Bible as a figure that relates to the story. in a very quick manner as a serious point in that direction to basically compete in seriousness with other serious archetypes in terms of general observation and the repercussions of the names mentioning in today's age. The name Satan is used to be an example of what not to be. But in terms of how it actually moves the environment today, that is it. I have a much sort of different take on anything of that nature, is simply pulling you back into terms, is simply pulling you back into that story, which I have heavily outlined in my video, Who Else Is There? Anyone Else? On YouTube, Euphoric Intentions. Then to even more generalize the idea to terms that seem to be much more of a nature in their regards to strip apart everything except attributes, which is to perhaps focus on the word of the word. What is to say that words have a way that makes every word round by other words. When we are simply talking about how words behave and nothing else, in this end, there is little known about the word in question. But by words, which by the refining of this process, you see nothing but words, which only have relation to ideas and nothing permanent. Then in this way, words are fated by their execution to only mean the word, which again, then I believe, means choice, creativity, and power. The cleanest forms of each in this manner, which then means everything is liable to change when introduced to this process, giving us an even better image of the word, which is light. And light is these things, and then the idea of dark is the process, and then the light is the word that comes out of the process, which then is the most generalized way to view this process with regards to my help. Where then if we change the words to say fate or freedom, the process reverses, and the process is then light, and the word is then dark. Extrapolate off this. I have one more. This is a reaction. Function to what degree? Does special relativity require special focus? When special focus is in effect, is it general? Relativity with a special focus. When special relativity is in effect, is it general focus? Does this relationship tell you how to begin things? Does it tell you how to end things? And here's sort of my cover for that one. So those are my writings. Kind of so far the most elaborate ones I've done on this trip. Anyways, later.